Hello everyone, my name is James and welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a long time, but I've been re-inspired to start making videos again and to sort of just start with it and start communicating and start expressing and start sharing all that I have really to you guys. So I went on Instagram and I asked, should I make a storytime video? What should it be on? And they chose how I found out that I was a medium. And so I'm gonna tell you that whole story. And first of all, what even is a medium? So for me, what a medium is someone who is able to connect to spiritual beings that are not on Earth anymore, whether that's a human being, an angelic being, or an alien or something way higher that exists somewhere. So I consider myself to be now, I didn't even know what to call myself back then, but I consider myself a spiritual medium now, where I allow myself to communicate with any being that's in the light, so whether that's a human or an angelic being, and they feel very, very different to me. And maybe I'll do a video on that one day, how to discern what's what. So how did I even start communicating at all? So I was born really sensitive to people's energies and their energy fields. I was what you would call an empath, so I would be able to feel other people's emotions, and I was able to feel good and bad. I just was able to know when someone had done something that was an evil, quote-unquote evil act. I would actually be able to feel that on them. And so I grew up like that, just always discerning who was a quote-unquote good person and quote-unquote bad person from the base of their energy. If they had a low energy, I would be able to feel it because I would feel nauseous, and if they had a light energy, I would often just giggle or smile. And so that's how I operated as a child pretty much all my entire life until middle school, and then I just shut everything off, and I was in the void, which is a whole nother video that I'll probably be talking about. And then come high school, I had started meditating every day. I was really trudging forward on my spiritual journey and awakening. It just happened. It just was on the path all of a sudden. And in November of 11th grade is when I first was able to convey a message from something I was sensing. And so it really all happened in a week. So I just got really interested in ghost hunting, and some people I was friends with were interested. And so we would go to places, and at this point I wasn't expressing that I was feeling things. But that's really what was going on, was we were going ghost hunting, and I started to realize that I was sensing things that other people weren't. And so that I kept to myself. I didn't tell anyone. And then one day I had learned about automatic writing, or unconscious writing, trance writing, where you pretty much go into a meditative state and just let your subconscious write out things. It's a lot of psychologists use it and things, or yeah. So I had started practicing with that and just seeing what that does, because I was being called that for some reason, I didn't even know it, to learn these things, and had no idea that they would later become my tools for communicating with spirit. So it's just it all sort of lined up before I even caught up to what was going on. So I started doing that, and there was this one night where I was sitting with my sister and a friend of hers, and I was just practicing, showing them, having them ask me questions, and then having me write out the answer. And so then they left, and I went to go shower, And then I'm in the shower, and all of a sudden, this is like the main first ever experience I've had of like knowing that there was another being communicating with me. And I'm changing the names just for the sake of for privacy. So, I'm in the shower now after having just done a little automatic writing session with my sister and her friend. So I'm still in a very like expanded state. And I'm in the shower, and all of a sudden I just feel an intense pulsing, like as if I'm having a panic attack in the shower, just right there in the shower. And then I heard in my mind, it's a weird experience. It's like within my own mind, within my own thoughts, like I'll have like my own feminine voice and my own masculine voice, and that's how I know if the being is masculine or feminine, male or female. And so all of a sudden I heard in like a higher pitched voice within my mind, I need to talk to my baby Tyler. And so all of a sudden I was just like turned off the shower. I was like, whoa, what was that? Like, who is Tyler? Like, what's going on? And so I get out of the shower, I'm like drying myself off, putting on my pajamas, still a little freaked out, but I'm like, all right, James, you've been sensing things, like maybe this is something new, maybe we have to find out. And then I put on my pajamas and I go out into my living room, and my sister's back. She came back with like her friends, and there was one new friend, and they're talking, and all of a sudden I hear them call him Tyler. And all of a sudden I was like, okay. And so then I proceeded to tell my sister, you know, I just got something in the shower. And then she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, I heard I need to talk to my baby Tyler. And then all of a sudden everyone looked at this kid, and then he was like, oh. And then literally like a group of kids, my mom and me, just all sat down, and I did this automatic writing where I would just sort of let go, and I asked for that same being to sort of just come closer. I literally just asked, come closer. And then it was one of the first times I had ever given a message. I remember like out of the blue, with no training, it just literally occurred that all of a sudden, like, I was able to feel how she passed, and I was able to convey names that, like, it was insane. It all of a sudden just, like, started flowing right through me. And so from there, it really just, like, that was my first ever experience ever communicating what I was feeling, sensing. There was one instance from this particular occurrence that really, really impacted me profoundly. Was I had quickly asked her, like, as it's going on, as she's just saying things within my mind that are, like, applying really truly to this kid and, like, his life, and are, like, really helping him. I asked her, how did you pass? Just, like, through thought. Just thought it. And all of a sudden my head started to hurt. And because I was in almost like a meditative state, my hand wrote out the word cancer. And then I looked over at him and I said, she just had me write down the word cancer. And then he goes, she died of a brain tumor. And all of a sudden it all connected, that the pounding in the head was exactly that, was something going on up there. And so that blew my own mind, because I didn't even think that this was possible. I didn't even know that it was capable, and it was really from meditation and my spiritual journey, and sort of already having the foundation of sensing things. Through meditation and sort of increasing my vibration, it sort of just opened this ability to sort of just come in, you know? So a lot of people believe that mediumship is like a ability that you have to be born with, and there are people who are born with it, and that's true, but there are people who just develop it. Like how you can learn to play the piano, or you can learn to speak another language. There are people who are born to do it. And then there are people who aren't born necessarily with it with them, but they could develop them because they have free will and choice. My experience, my journey has somewhat been a little bit of both, because I was born already halfway there. I was born already sensing things, but not being able to fully make that connection. And it was through meditation, learning all the different things through my spiritual journey, all of a sudden it just like clicked. It was just there, and it became part of who I am. Like, there was no need for me to go to circles and learn how to develop it, because my vibration was already at that level. It was already at the level where I just had to let go. I had to actually ask for spirit to come to me, and then they did. It wasn't until this experience that I didn't even know that this was capable. I didn't even know that I was able to do it. It's been a really rewarding experience, I want to say now, looking after. I've been doing it probably, I think feels like it's been forever, but it's really only been like 2.5 years. I've been doing readings, but every time it's just like, it blows my own mind, because I'll say something that I have no idea, and it'll connect in the most bizarre way that makes people cry and laugh at the same time. It's been a really amazing experience, and it was literally just handed out to me. I just had to intend to do it, and it started happening. And so if you're interested in getting a reading with me, I have a website, readingswithjames.com. You could totally go check that out, or you can message me on any of my social media, and I would love to connect with you there. I want to know if you guys have had any psychic ghost experience ever in your life. And even if you don't believe in psychics, that's okay. You know, that doesn't mean that you're any less spiritual. Everyone experiences things on their own, and so I don't push who I am on anyone. If you don't believe me, that's okay, but I believe in myself, and I have seen the transformation that happens, that comes not for me, but through me for another person. It's not even about me, it's just about the message. And so, yeah, let me know your experiences down below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you could keep coming back for more, because I would love to share more and more of my experiences. But yes, have a great day, and blessings to you.